Whew, it's hot out here today. Man, what's up everybody? Garrett from the Nice Flipping Choice channel back again. Weekly vlog number 2. Not too much has happened since the last week. I'm still just, permits and people moving slow out here and trying to find the right not contractors. I found the right contractor, which I'll go into a little more in a minute and why I chose them. Finding different subcontractors for tree work, dirt work, other things like that. Man, it is hot. Whew.
Son of a gun, that's hotter than a $2 pistol.
One thing I really just wanted to go over today was the kind of progress I'm making with the contractors, how I decided with them, how we moved forward, started to get the process rolling, how I made sure everything was on the up and up, basically, with, because a lot of people haven't built some of these structures, especially where I'm at right now. These people, everybody I've talked to would just, they're all like, I've never seen anybody build anything like that. Some of them weren't really sure how to tackle it, but I did find some that knew exactly what to do just because they have that experience and they've been building for so long. They know how to work with permitting departments, all that, but I will go into the studio in a little bit and add this to the video. I have 10 plus acres, trying to put at least 3 dome sites and my main house that I have on there for Airbnb. Might get up to 4, might make a wedding venue. We're kind of just taking it as we go. We got a few end goals in mind that we're working towards. I did have the contractors come out recently. One thing I've been trying to figure out is, and you got to think about this on your own site, is how to get people, to the area. So you need to have at least a dirt driveway or some kind of pathway. I have a little grass driveway, but I'm about to make it into dirt. I've been getting some dirt work quotes and things like that. Always get at least 3 quotes for whatever you're doing, in my opinion, especially if you don't know what you're doing. This is your first time doing some of these projects, just like mine on some of them. Get as many quotes as you can. There's never gonna hurt. That's my opinion. So I had my contractors, shout out to the Lee brothers in Huntsville, Texas. Amazing contractors. They've just done top of the line work. So right now they came out, put the stakes out for how we're gonna build the decking overlooking the pond for the first geodome. Once we get all this kind of done, we're gonna do all the groundwork, all the, we might do a little grading here and there, not too much. Going to my pond, as you can see, I have all this dirt kind of erosion. They're gonna clear this a little bit, seed it, help with the erosion factor. There wasn't too much else going on this week. One thing I'll talk more about it in the studios too is just lawn care. It definitely is something I didn't underestimate, but I knew it was going to be a task, and it has been, because for some reason, riding lawnmowers, I have a 0-turn I just bought, commercial unit, they just love to break. I'm either get some horses, a couple horses, maybe a couple cows, I don't know, a couple donkeys. I was thinking about goats, but I heard goats are very easy to escape. I'm about to build a small teepee unit right by this house to rent out, because I'm not gonna rent out the house for a while, so I gotta do quite a few renovations, and this is where I'm living when I'm gonna help manage some of the property. More off-grid glamping site right here. Definitely not as luxurious as the other one, but still very, very nice, just to keep bringing in more income as I can. And I'm already out here, so it's just gonna make the time and effort that I'm out here, it's just gonna, double up all that I'm already doing. Built a little fire pit area, did the video, we'll link it up in the description as well if you wanna check it out. Fire pit gravel area. Pretty good work. Not my best work, not my worst. And yeah, take it into the studio, go over a couple more things that I did this week, and let's talk about it. Week 2 of my glamping vlog. Follow me along as I, go along this glamping journey I have after I bought all these acres, and I'm building quite a few different experiences out here. I'm gonna go over everything that I do wrong, and I'm also gonna go over all the things that I'm doing right. This week, I had a water well put in back in the side of the property to help get water to the different places I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna talk about that and how I picked the person to do that. And I also have finally picked my contractor. Let's go. So I talked about a little bit with how much the pricing of the water well was. I was glad to get it down to 10,000. Damn! That actually was a huge relief for me, because I had a couple other expenses pop up that I didn't expect. How I ended up staying with these guys because they had a really good reputation on Google. I found tons of different reviews on them that were great. And I also asked a lot of Facebook groups. This is why I always recommend joining local Facebook groups. And I always hit the mic. Join local Facebook groups in your area and ask for recommendations from there. I got 3 different quotes, which I always recommend no matter what kind of work you're doing, at least, especially when you're not very experienced. So after a long try of trying to find contractors, like I mentioned before, finding contractors out in the more rural areas, rural is a little tougher than finding them in Houston, which were a dime a dozen, it seemed like, especially for some good ones. The good ones were busy, but there still were a lot out there. Out here, the good ones are busy, and there's just not many of them. I luckily was able to go through many Facebook groups, many reviews. I met about 7 or 8 different contractors, probably contacted 30 to 40 of them through all different counties nearby. Some of them didn't work this far. Some of them were, didn't get back to me. I saw bad reviews on some of them. The ones that I started to narrow down, and I've started to pick between 3 of them, all were about the same ballpark. all gave me great customer service and really, made sure that my project was something that they valued. They didn't just put me on the back burner, stop responding to where I had to just keep reaching out to them. I did appreciate that. They were willing to come meet me at the property or get enough clues from me about what to do to help me secure a decent bid. I wasn't expecting a line-by-line order on the bid and all these different things like that, but I needed a ballpark, and I also wanted to be able to tell that they had the experience of pulling permits, doing all this extra work that's going to be a unique site. Pretty much every contractor I contacted saying they had never built a geodome before, which is what I expected because I have never built one. But I knew with, the experience they had in construction, it was going to be a pretty easy, go through. And once I saw the abilities that they had and, their knowledge. Next week, we're going to have some trees going down and some electric poles going out there, different quotes on that. I have a dirt guy coming out. There'll be all types of things coming up. So let me know in the comments, like I mentioned before, if there's anything that you've been looking for me to cover, want me to go over on some of these, processes. And I'm gonna keep making a weekly vlog for quite a while because I plan on building this site for the next few years. So let me know if you have any questions. Until next time, peace.
Yeah.